We have two bullish rumors today for Tesla's stock. As rumored earlier about Highland production on August 14th, we may see the real car soon. Starting tomorrow, Giga Shanghai Model 3 production line will be fully shifted to Highland production with a target production of 7,000 this month and 10,000 next month. Production capacity is no longer held, but ramping is still not easy. And here's another strong hint that there's indeed something going on right now. This is another rumor saying that the salespeople in China are asked to come in early tomorrow. And before, that was an indication of a new product being announced or rolled out. And here is more again. Another person saying that the refresh Model 3 will be released next week, which could be technically as soon as tomorrow. Also, there's more information about the GPS jamming over the factory, meaning you can't fly a drone. That has been going on for a while, but seems like the area has been expanded perhaps, which again is another indication of something seriously happening perhaps very soon. There's one more bullish rumor out there, but let's go through some of the details first of this one. Normal capacity for Model 3 in Shanghai is over 30,000 a month. So let's assume this month they made 10,000 old Model 3s month to date, and they will build 7,000 more this month, the new one, the refresh Model 3. That brings Model 3 production down to 17,000 for the month. If they only build 10,000 in September, that is another 20,000 gap versus Q2, so approximately a 33,000 production hit from Shanghai alone. Say Fremont is similar, suggest production hit of 66,000 on Model 3 in Q3. Now this will be offset by an increase in quarter-over-quarter production from both Berlin and Austin. Hopefully that is the case, although I think these numbers might be a bit optimistic. To compensate for this, Berlin and Austin would each need to build an extra 2,500 Model Ys per week versus Q2. Maybe a bit of a stretch. The net result may only be slightly negative quarter-over-quarter production impact, 10 to 20,000, although the production mix of Y and 3 will tilt more towards the Y. I think James has pretty good points there. Now, the Model 3 production capacity in Shanghai, it has exceeded 30,000 a few times earlier, but this year it was pretty much under 30,000 each month, except for April, which came in at 30,000. Troy also did some more precise calculations here. He's saying that in September, perhaps Tesla would produce only 11,500 Model 3s based on his numbers here. This is all, of course, just speculation, but his math does make a lot of sense. Troy is assuming that they wouldn't be making the old Model 3, only the new Model 3 here. But perhaps Tesla is going to still switch, that's still possible, and produce the old Model 3 for a little bit more, and maybe Tesla is just trying to build up the inventory of the new Model 3. And we have more proof here that indeed this is happening already. According to sources, Giga Shanghai partially produced the Highland model last week and will begin a full production transition next week. And what do you think these are? Covered vehicles, a whole bunch of them over at Giga Shanghai. I think this is pretty solid evidence that Tesla has produced some number of refresh Model 3s already. And before we go to the next rumor, this is actually pretty bullish. The bears are bullish against us, James. This account, the Fly account, is a Tesla bear account. European Tesla deliveries are running 20% ahead of Q2. This sounds strong, but we'll see if this leaves enough orders for the end of the quarter rush. I think yes, because discounting is very deep, he says. In other words, you make the vehicles more affordable, and voila, you sell a lot more. And now on to the second bullish rumor. 9 Cybertrucks were spotted outside of Tesla's Giga Texas factory. This actually reminds me of something, and this account did a great job of showing this. This is from Giga Texas last year, early last year. And then we know what happened. Well, the factory started delivering these vehicles actually very quickly, very soon after that. And do you think there's a good chance that the Cybertruck is going basically through a very similar thing right now? There's speculation that these Cybertrucks could be destined for showrooms. I find Electric's reporting usually to be fairly good, and they're actually feeling pretty, you could say, bullish about this, and they are not shy about criticizing Tesla, by the way, so them saying this actually is fairly bullish. And they are guessing that the delivery event will happen in September. Not in Q4, but in September. Electric here says, while we can't confirm it, it looks like Tesla might have done a production batch test run. And Cybertruck here was spotted getting dirty, being tested for these dirt roads. The Cybertruck looks pretty clean, but this one, and this Cybertruck has something written on the back of it. I'm not sure what this means. If you guys know, leave a comment down below. Elon just posted something pretty unexpected. I'm running out of memes. Nudes starting tomorrow. Obviously, he's kidding. Right? For those of you who don't have full self-driving beta, I find this to be pretty normal. I sped this up to 1.5x speed. But the car, it just knows when it can go. There's not much hesitation, really, and no hesitation here. In this case, I find this to be a pretty normal, regular thing that full self-driving can do now. But of course, full self-driving still has many issues. Look at all of these stupid Teslas on FSD absolutely causing chaos in San Francisco. My God, what a terrible sight, right? How dare they protest like this just by stopping in the middle of the street out of a protesting because of climate change? Well, at least they did not glue their tires like these protesters glued their hands onto roads. Definitely don't do that. And at least they chose nighttime instead of daytime. On the other hand, if you just make your car look different and you protest that way, I fully approve and support that. We got some text messages from Elon Musk that were shared by his biographer here. I got this text message from Elon Musk at 4:44 a.m. showing a screenshot of some text messages in which he tells Mark Zuckerberg they should fight this Monday at Zuckerberg's home in Palo Alto. Yeah. Right here, Elon says, I will be in Palo Alto on Monday. Let's fight in your octagon. Elon continues here, I have not been practicing much apart from a brief bout with Lex Friedman today. While I think it is very unlikely given our sides, it seems like Elon says that Mark Zuckerberg has no chance. It appears that James is trying to model Tesla's energy business. The battery energy storage market potential is almost infinite, but it would be cool to try and quantify it more precisely and see what that means for Tesla. Agree with Elon that future energy needs are probably way underestimated, and solar/wind plus storage will play a central role. Seems like some people are having issues charging their Teslas, where charging just stops sort of randomly. You can see the error message here. If you are going through that, don't worry. You just need an update, so make sure that, yeah, the newest software. And if you do, but it's still not working, it sounds like Tesla is working on an update. Here's some more good Tesla stock news. A 1,600-mile trip crowns the Tesla Model S Plaid as the king of long-distance EV travel, beating Lucid Air and the Taycan. Roland just made another good chart. US electric vehicle sales in the first half of 2023. If I didn't know better, I would say, yeah, looks like Tesla is doing something seriously inappropriate, but the reality is all of these other automakers have been doing something seriously inappropriate, which is ignoring the EV transition. And this is the result of it. Source says, just saw the Toyota BZ4 X9G51P. I'm not going to finish this whole thing in person for the first time. Not great. And a few days ago, I found some more interesting clips. Let's take a look.
Car crash between a Cruise and a driverless car right now on Stanyan and Golden Gate Park.
Ay, how do you not see this huge truck right in front of you? How come Dan O'Dowd is not speaking about this? Some crashes, of course, are inevitable. The thing that will matter the most with robotaxis is, are they safer than human driving? We have a clip here with FSD. Will the person be hit by full self-driving? No. We just drove around that person just like a normal person would. Here's another situation in New York City. This happens a lot in Vancouver here as well. The car stopped just fine. This is a bit more challenging. You can see that the streets are really busy and the taxi just stops right here, and then we need to drive around it, and Tesla did it just fine, although it did sound a warning if you saw that red color on the screen, and it was an audio warning as well, although you can't hear it through this video. And here's some late night driving. We have a person crossing the street where the person shouldn't cross the street really, but that is New York City, and it was just fine. It navigates quite all right. I mean, New York City is pretty difficult to drive. You have cars parked randomly where they shouldn't be parked, and the car does okay for now. And it will only get better from here. You have people crossing the street, there's a car in the front, and nothing crazy happens. It's just fine. Of course, full self-driving is not perfect. This is a relatively simple situation, and it would have gone through these cones. As you can see, the driver had to take over here. So you still have to pay close attention, but overall, certainly we are making progress. And YouTube says you should watch this video next, but if you haven't finished watching this Elon Musk interview, watch this one first. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.